Oh, we're live. Hello, welcome to the Brain Dump and to the Crazy Motovlogger Hangout. And we've got all the crazy people here, or quite a few of them already. So I'll just introduce the people that we've got here so far, and then we'll just hang out. Well, not quite literally. Well, let's start with ladies first, and we've got Catherine, who is the woman wolf rider.
Hello everyone, good evening.
We've got Phil 480.
Hello.
And his name's Phil.
Mine's not wolves.
And we've also got Richard, and that's Calm Biker.
Yep, hello. And that's not Phil, it's Pete.
Pete.
Okay, cheers, Pete. And we've also got Skeggy Cruz.
Hello.
And his name is James.
How you diddly?
I thought his name was Pirates.
James, he used to be like a slightly alternative pop band.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of them.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just going along with it. And also, of course, me, Mr. B from the Brain Dump channel. Excellent. Okay, so this is going to be a relaxed affair because I'm feeling really lazy and yeah. So wake us up if anything happens.
Mr. B, I've got a problem.
Oh no. Does it involve needing cream or anything?
Rubber gloves.
My lower third isn't working.
Oh, gold.
Mine isn't. I tried to do that as well.
I think that's something for your wife to sort out, isn't it? If the third's not working.
She's in the shower. I'll be about 5 minutes.
Just a 5, eh?
Just 5.
I'm assuming the shower's 2 minutes away.
Well, no, it's there. But
I'll see what you did there, Richard.
But your lower third's not working, so it takes a while.
What? No one's lower third's working? That's strange.
They've changed everything, haven't they? There's a new,
I know.
new thing.
I've got a cameraman button now. I can turn people's cameras on and off and all sorts. But
Mike has decided to join us.
who has? Oh, it's Keith.
Is the lower thirds working?
Yeah, why should I have a third working?
Keith's special.
I am.
Well, no, it's special.
Hey Keith, we just said everyone just said hello. Just want to say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Excellent, cheers, buddy.
Hello, Pat.
Your headphones are really fetching. I love your headphones.
Yeah. I had to get some big ones because I've got big tabs.
Yeah,
No comment.
absolutely.
That's very cool.
Excellent. So, what should we talk about? Anyone got anything they want to discuss or any of that malarkey? Where's the tumbleweed sound? Hang on.
I'm hoping to do 2 ride-outs at the weekend.
Oh yes.
I'm hoping to go down to the Spicy Red Sausage Fest on Saturday. Which is at Loomies. So that's a good ride. And then Sunday it's the Ultra Bikers ride. It was going to be Saturday.
No, it's
It's Sunday. Yeah, so busy day for ride-outs for me the weekend.
I shall be at Melton Mowbray. Not Mowbray Bike Show.
The home of the pork pie.
Why is it when anyone says that I think of a cake or something?
Pork pie.
Pork pie.
That'll be what it is.
And Stilton cheese, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't get free samples.
What about cheese?
No. Andy!
Hey,
It's only supper, Andy.
yes.
He's watching us again, isn't he?
Oh, and we've got Kev as well.
What's going on, people?
Don't you start, Rich. Don't you start.
What's
Have you got
going on?
Rich? Have you got a toothbrush handy, mate?
I've got a toothbrush here. I've not got a duvet cover or a sheet.
I saw that. Do you know what? I thought you'd mentioned a toothbrush at some point through that video, but you didn't. And it was like behind your ear, and in your hand, and up your nose. It's like, what's he going to do with a toothbrush?
And I noticed he had it in the top pocket of his overalls on the very first scene, I suppose you could call it, the first scene. And I thought, why the bloody hell has he got a toothbrush in his top pocket? Because over his shoulder on the shelf, there's about 300 toothbrushes in box.
Did you not notice there's a toothbrush in almost every shop?
Yeah, and then I started to think, that got me thinking then. And then I noticed it was in your hand, and then it was on the bike.
Whenever I do a video from the garage, somebody always says, "Why have you got all them toothbrushes?" Because I was toothbrushes are brilliant for bike stuff, for cleaning stuff, for doing your chain, for getting into bits you can't get to. I went on eBay and I thought I'm going to get some toothbrushes, and I found what I thought was a fantastic deal. It was like £1 or something for 10 toothbrushes plus 2 free. Only it turned out it was 10 packs of 10 toothbrushes. So I ended up with 120 toothbrushes. So because I'm slightly OCD, I organise them by colour in the little pots. And every time I do a video from the garage, somebody says, "Where you got them toothbrushes for?" So I thought, right, I'll preempt it. So there's a bit of a game there. If you can see how many toothbrushes you can spot, that aside from the ones in the pots, there is at least one other one in pretty much every shop.
Right, so it's a bit like Where's Wally?
Mm. Well, no, you can see the Wally.
He beat me to it, good darn. Actually, he was holding the camera, wasn't he?
Well, he was there too, yeah.
Brilliant.
It's amazing. I decided to edit that up. We did it last night, and I decided to edit up last night. And I thought this is going to take ages because it took us about 3 hours to do the job. And then when you actually look at the time spent doing the job, it's probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What an easy job, though. You know, if anybody hasn't done it before and is I mean, I actually asked the guy the other week how much he'd charge me for changing the brake fluid, and he said 30 quid for labour plus your fluids. And that was a back...
Would you want a sample?
Yeah, I know. And that's like a backstreet garage, because he's saying, you know, it's half an hour's work or whatever. You go to a dealer, half an hour's work's 55, 60 quid, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the easiest job in the world. So for less than the price it would have cost me to have it changed, I changed it, and I have all the tools left. You know, just what a simple job. If you fill 480, it'd be not, because it does include messing about your brakes, and they could fall off afterwards. And for that matter, if you're Mr. B, better not, because it does involve messing around with your brakes, and they could fall off afterwards. The only difference I noticed with them 2 videos is one of them was you working on your wife's bike and making the brakes unsafe.
Yeah, but didn't you?
Well, that was just...
I've not seen this video yet, Richard. Did you buy a breast pump?
Yeah, I know.
No,
That's the way to go.
I got a more powerful pump. I tried the breast pump, but I couldn't get any milk out. So I got a more powerful pump. And then somebody said, "Why don't you try changing your brake fluid with that?"
Right, yeah, that's a good idea.
Turns out it works for at least one thing.
Did you get any milk out of the powerful pump?
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
Is it still a bit sore?
Well, my lower third ain't working.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
Oh, yeah. With lower third working.
That was it. Excellent. So, anyone else got any other news and gossip for tonight?
Well, I've been... Go on,
sorry,
carry on.
carry on.
No, carry on, Nick. No, carry on.
I've got my boy living with me now. I got him out of hospital yesterday. Hopefully this is the last operation from the accident he had 1.5 years ago. But he's had both his hamstrings taken out and rebuilt onto his right knee, so he can so his knee's not wobbly. And he's sitting in the other room at the moment, all bandaged up, and he's got a bloody great brace on his leg, and he can't put the weight on it for 3 weeks. So Daddy's got to look after him. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the latest. Hopefully this will be the last operation from that bloody accident. Hopefully, anyway, so he can start sort of looking forward to the future now.
Is he planning to get back on 2 wheels, and?
He says he is. Everybody keeps saying to him, "Is it worth it after all this?" But he still said he is. And he has ridden a bike once. He rid a bike about 2 months ago for a couple of hours. So yeah. So hopefully this will be the last of it. He might have to have some more operations when he get older on his arm, you know, the skin grafts and all that sort of stuff. but hopefully this is it. So, yeah, been a long haul, nearly a year and 3/4, but he's there now.
Long road to recovery, that mate.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully now all the rest now can go forward, and all the insurance and everything like that, and hopefully he can get himself sorted. But I think that's still going to take a bit of time. All that, the other side of it, because the injuries he had were just all over him. So I don't know they're going to work that friggin' lot out.
Well, to be honest, when it first happened, I can't believe that you're now saying, that he's pretty much there. That's pretty damn good going, I think.
Yeah, yeah. If you think about, some of they were all, had 3 life-threatening injuries, so, and bit intensive care that time as well. So I think he's done very well. I actually spoke. We were talking about it the other day, and I did say to him, I think youth was on his side, if you know what I mean. I think being the age he was, 25 when it happened, I think if that had happened to somebody like me or some older blokes or women even, I don't think we'd have got over that. You know what I mean? That's only because I think the youth is on his side. So yeah, I think that's what the main thing.
My theory is to get as fat as possible, and then you just bounce.
That's probably what happened to me, I reckon. Yeah. It goes down the road like a beer barrel.
That's it, mate. I don't plan on putting it into practice, but it's there if I need it. My human airbag.
That's quite funny last night. That's quite funny last night. Because I had to get him up the stairs, poor bugger. Because we're not in a bungalow. So I got him up the stairs and I had to help him get him into bed. And I said, this is just like when you was a little boy, Daddy put you to bed.
I bet that went down well.
Yeah, he's all right. He keeps falling asleep. He's on morphine at the moment, so he keeps falling asleep. He take a load of that, and then he's gone. But yeah, we're getting there.
Excellent.
That's the main thing, mate. That's the main thing.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Excellent.
Well, send them our best.
Yeah.
I will do. I actually think in a week or so he'd probably be sitting beside me. I think at the moment he just can't, but he will do. I think. Once you get yourself sorted.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him in there. Excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Cheers, Andy.
You won't be wanting for a hug anyway, will you, Andy? You're pretty good at hugs.
I always give him a hug. Not at the moment.
You possibly might lengthen the recovery process if you give him.
Yeah, don't break all that surgery.
For several months. No, but that's wonderful what they can do today and fix you up, He should have had this done about 7 or 8 months ago, but like everything else in this country at the moment, they ain't the money for it, and he had to wait. But, it should have been done earlier, but that's been done now, so it's the main thing.
Shouldn't have to wait for things like that.
Well, you do, I'm afraid. My hospital, the hospital in Ipswich is going to go over budget by 22 million or something. They just ain't got the money.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about cutting by 22 billion or something, aren't they?
Yeah, there's too many people up there, you can't move. Don't bother going A&E, that's not worth the bloody hassle. You'll be up there, 6-7 hours before anybody even look at you.
I swear by going private now. I know a few people have gone private. I've not had to do it. Well, Richard, perfect example.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
One of the guys in work, he was told, this was a few months back now, but he was told he was complaining of pains in his abdomen, and he said, it must be cramps or something. Anyway, a week or so later, one of the cleaners found him passed out in the toilets, and it was kidney stones.
Yeah.
And the pain had got that bad, like I say, he passed out from the pain. Yeah. But a lot like Richard, we get like an optional health plan through work. So he decided to use that, and he was sorted within a few weeks. They had him in, they took him out, and he was sorted.
I've just done a video. I haven't released it yet. I recorded it the other day about 4 examples. One being mine, one being my brother's that you know about already in his spine. And the last one I'll tell you about 'cause it's quite simple, quite similar. It was a friend of Lisa's when I met Lisa, and we're all friends. We used to go out on a night, kind of when we were 18, 19, going clubbing, all that kind of stuff, for quite a few years. And she got married. She had, I think, it's either 3 or 4 kids. I can't remember how many. And one day she had pains in her abdomen, like you were saying. So she went to the hospital, A&E casualty, whatever you want to call it. And they said, it's wind or constipation or something like that. Well, go away, you'll be fine. Pain got worse, came back the next day. And same kind of thing, it's just constipation, just normal, go away, come back the next day. She comes back again, and they tell her, and just keep sending her away. And then the next night she died.
Jesus.
What?
Septicemia.
Fucking hell.
I was sort of expecting a totally different thing to that, along the lines of, she went private and
No, she didn't have the money to go private, but that was it.
yeah.
Daft as that. We've got another one that's also in the video. She went in for an operation on her. It's all abdomen, isn't it? She went in for an operation on her abdomen, had it, came out, was complaining of pain for ages, and they'd left a scalpel in her.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Just nuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I don't know what's causing it. I mean, is it just, I don't know, is it money? Is it just trying to rush operations through? I don't know.
A lot of it's just keyhole, isn't it? Because a lot of the doctors, they're trying to do all these keyhole surgery bits and pieces, and half of them can't even do it properly. That's causing a lot of trouble inside people's bodies. My next door neighbour, they're gone now, but about 6 years ago, their daughter went in for a woman's problem, a very minor woman's problem. And
Was it
died
her
in
husband?
Yeah, probably.
Husbandectomy.
Yeah. Poor girl died in the taxi on the way home.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah. Died in the taxi on the way home.
My old man, when my dad passed away, he had an operation on his bowel. He had, long story short, he had testicular cancer years ago, and the radiotherapy that they gave him knackered some of his bowel. So he had an operation on his bowel, and after the operation, they forgot to prescribe him with blood thinners. I assume it's just a type of aspirin or something like that. Anyway, they forgot to prescribe him blood thinners. He got a blood clot to travel to his brain, and it killed him.
That was similar with Lisa when she had the radiotherapy and then she had the chemotherapy, and her blood thickened up and she had a stroke. It's I suppose when you talk about things like that, every case is different, isn't it? But some of them just seem to be, let's rush them in and out as quick as possible.
Well, Aaron went in on Monday. He had the operation in the afternoon. I picked him up the next afternoon. That's as easy as that. They said he should be in there. They said he could be in there for 3 days, and I picked him up the next afternoon. So he was in there 24 hours. That was all.
That's not long enough, is it?
Yeah, bottle of bloody painkiller, and off you go.
Bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
That's that with my arm, and he just looked at it, took an X-ray, and said, "Come back in 6 weeks, and we'll see if it's healed." And I happened to take a photo of the X-ray, and I showed it to the private guy, and he went, "No, that doesn't look very good." He said the quality of the X-ray is crap, but they took another X-ray and just said there's no way in the world it will ever heal because it's inches apart and it's overlapping by inches. So my shoulder was quite a bit shorter than it should be, but my shoulder was halfway down my body. So how it was ever going to heal, I don't know.
Imagine if they'd have left it, you'd have been cutting around looking like Quasimodo now.
Well, what's new?
You'd have been one hand low, wouldn't you? You'd have been one hand low, mate.
Hey, I think that's my lower third you're thinking of again.
That's why the third's not working.
Well, my mate was the same as you, Richard. He fell off his bike several years back and went to A&E with a broken collarbone. And I had to go and pick him up, and he was in hell of a state. He was being sick and everything. He was in agony. And they made him wait 6 weeks before they actually put the plate in. 6 bloody weeks he was in agony. But then they done it after 6 weeks.
That's essentially what they were saying to me, but it's like Kev, luckily I had the health scheme to go back to, and they sorted us out pretty quick.
Well, Okay, well, there's a lot of nasty stories about our good old NHS, but what I'll do, if you don't mind, guys,
Let's move on.
let's move on. I was going to have
Love it,
to
don't we?
hang out the glorious NHS.
Anyone else got any operations on their abdomen coming up?
I'm sure. Well, if you do, go private.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's a teratoma in there, but I'm gonna try and live with it.
Right, okay, let's break it up then, and then I'm going to go to Kat, because she's got some stuff to inform us with as well. But let's quickly go to the Q&A.
I've lost the plot now, so don't worry.
Oh, right. It better be something to do with... Right, I know. Oh, blimey. I'll tell you what,
I'll tell you what, Andy, years ago, women used to stand at the old fence, talk to each other, and they used to be cross-armed like this, and they'd go, you know, them problems we used to have, you know, don't listen to me down below, you know. They still do it.
Mate, I would love to go into a hangout about women's problems, but unfortunately, I only actually stream for 8 hours. Just nowhere near long enough. So, let's go to Q&A anyway. Right, I'm sure I saw Bex in the time. There she is. She says, boo, smiley face. Don't even talk about women problems, Bex. Right, okay. Excellent. Headcut Harley says, what a peeps, smiley face. I'm trying to get to the hello ones first. Kingy Ride says, evening. Evening, buddy. Alright, Rise picked up on our happy theme, and he says, well, this is a happy hangout. Yeah, it can only get better from here, surely. Okay.
Set the ball low initially. Set the ball low.
Yeah, set the expectations. It's all about setting expectations. Everyone thinks, oh my God, it's terrible. But whatever we do now cannot be any worse. Right, so
Challenge me.
Oh, no, yeah, I know. Challenge is tempting. What am I thinking?
Well, one of us could drop that.
That will go viral on a positive.
My money's on that one.
Hang on. Before anyone dies, let me just monetize this.
That one at the bottom. That'd be that one.
Oh, do you know what? I feel really bad if no one can die now on this hangout, right? Artifacts Extra says,
hey,
good
don't you
evening,
oppress me.
everyone.
Imagine it though, in an hour's time, someone's just there like that. And everyone else goes. Everyone else is like, has this camera frozen?
Hey, that happened to my mother's friend. They were at the pub, and it just
Like a camera froze.
it just died. It's just like that. I mean, it's a good way to go, isn't it? At the pub.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
He was in Yorkshire and he hadn't finished his beer, so he must have been really pissed off.
I'll tell you what, Andy. I'll tell you a quick, funny little story about somebody dying in a pub. And this is true. This is honestly. No, what I'm going to tell you now is the truth. Okay. One day, me and my dad were working at Woodbridge, and we used to always go for a pint at dinner time. You know, local pub. So we went in the local pub and we went up the bar and ordered a couple of pints. And my dad was looking around and he went, Andrew, I said, yes, Dad. He went, fucking bloke's dead over there. I went, you're joking, ain't you? He said,
Grab his wallet.
He's dead. No, he's dead. So the landlord came up and my dad said, 2 pints of beer, please. And do you know that bloke over there is dead? And the landlord looked over and went, don't say anything, they're all live. And we went, you're joking, ain't you? He said, no. He said, don't say nothing. He said, wait till all them people over there are gone. He said, and I'll get an ambulance. That is the truth. That's the truth. And I'll tell you what, when this other bloke come along, he said, Dad said he's dead. He said, fucking hell, I read his fucking drink in, and he picked his drink up and fucking drunk it. That is the truth.
Wow.
He did. He picked his drink up and finished it. He said he wouldn't want that now. And that's the truth. Yeah, he wouldn't like that. Come see him until everybody left.
Did he then spin it back out and go, hang on a minute, he's been dead about 3 days, I think. It's flat.
Yeah. And I'll tell you another quick one. I'll tell you another quick one. We were working at Bentwaters, and we went into this local pub on this really sort of real bend, and they used to have all the American bases out there at the time. Anyway, me and my dad at the bar, we heard this big screech and a big bang. So we all ran out, and there was this hearse with a coffin sticking out the back. And what had happened is the American woman had come round the corner, straight into the fucking hearse, knocked the coffin out the back. And the funny thing was, the bloke who was in the coffin was a regular at the pub. That's where he used to drink. So he got knocked out of his right outside his own pub.
Coming back for one last
for the
ride.
road. Oh dear.
I mean, that's the truth. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. Okay. Let's dive quickly back to the Q&A. Right, this one's a simple one. The infamous biker says, "Can someone Skype me a link, please?" Okay, buddy. Just hang on a minute, mate.
I'll do it. You're right. You carry on with it.
I wouldn't bother. He's a bit of a prick, that bloke.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick.
He swears a lot.
He does. He swears all the fucking time.
I'll tell you what.
A blend, I believe.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've seen some of his DIY videos. Fucking nonsense they are. I'll tell you. Looking sunflower oil.
I tell you what, though, you can save money on filters the way he does it.
Yeah. Especially washers. Mind you, washers. I mean, I quite like using a cornflake packet for a washer. It's a great idea.
It's the way forward.
And although it doesn't actually seal it, if you use lard instead of sunflower oil, it doesn't come out anyway.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer for the lard to break down because of the temperature, viscosity of everything. You know, it's all pretty clever stuff.
I don't think it's 10W40, but it's close enough.
No, it's like 100W200 or something. I don't know. But anyway, right. Chris T says, "Oh, it's a serious question. Hang on."
Oh.
Sorry, I clicked on it by accident.
Is he in the right hangout?
I have a boil in an unusual place.
It's not even NHS. It's to do with motorbikes. What's going on? I'm going to have to read it out now. Sorry, guys. We'll get back on topic in a minute. But first of all, he says, "Hi, guys. Do you use frame sliders and crash bungs, or crash bungs, I guess?"
No.
Kath, no.
Yes.
No.
Half the time.
I used to have them on the Shiver. I haven't got them on the Tiger, but I probably will eventually. I want to get the it's like a big frame for the Tiger, so I'm thinking about getting it, but it's not cheap. But whilst I'm talking though, let me tell you about the time that a friend of mine died.
Yeah.
I have crash bars on mine, but the question is, do you use them? Well, I've got crash bars, but I don't use them on them.
Yeah. Do you
Absolutely
use your
not
crash
planned.
bungs and try not to?
Yeah.
If you get crash bungs, you don't have to use your stand as much, so it saves wear and tear on the stand.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just light it down, and people won't steal it because they think it's broken anyway. Just light it down.
Nobody will kick it over.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what else I think on? Actually, do you know what I actually did today? Actually, I nipped out at lunch hour to go. I nipped to Subway to get myself some lunch, and just as I was pulling in with my bike, you drive in and then you pull in and then you back your bike in, so it's like, it's at like right angles to the curb, and so I was pulling in and there was some old bloke right behind me and he had my back box on. There was some old bloke behind me looking at my bike, and I hit him square in the chest with my back box and knocked him over.
Did he die?
No, yeah, but he scratched the box, so he might.
Yeah. I hope he was insured.
He's still in the box.
So I got off the bike. I got off the bike and I said to him, "Are you all right, mate? What are you doing down there? You just fucking hit me with your bike."
What were you stood in the way for then?
Did you put him in the back box? And parts of him in the panniers?
You never guess what I found today. An old man got me in the back box.
Took a lot of folding.
They're wrinkly anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Oh dear, excellent stuff. Anyway, Christy, I think it's taste really. Some people put them on. I don't. If I come off, I'll have to fix the damage. When I see them, me personally, I think, is that like, I think I'm going to come off, so I better put some on? Or, I don't know. It's psychological as well, I think. But,
Just don't like the look of the damn things, to be honest.
they're ugly as well. Just face it.
I have got a Momo ZZR, and I did drop the bike a couple of times in the past, and they have done the job. They've got a little bit scuffed, but nothing on the bike at all. Just for a layover. I don't know about going down the road on them, but
yeah, but to be fair, Andy, you're a clumsy fucker.
Oh, gosh, yes. As if I can ever get anywhere without something breaking down anyway. So
Yeah. What you want puncture protectors. That's what you want.
yeah. I need a toolbox.
Carbon fibre tyre covers, something like that.
Yeah, that's what,
That'd work, wouldn't it?
yeah, that would work.
Yeah, probably.
It would make your tyres nice and light, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They'd never wear out, would they?
No, grip speed might be a bit of an issue, but I mean, probably work around that somehow. Excellent. Oh my word! It's only.
G'day, mate.
G'day.
G'day, mate.
Wow, what a pleasure and an honour to have you on the Hangout, buddy.
I always watch them. I can't get on by every second Friday. I've got nothing better to do.
I'm expecting some death stories. There's a special reason.
I remember when my mate died.
Yeah, when my dad died, I started watching you guys, and no, everything's going all right. I sent Mr. Oz Adventure a few stickers from you, Mr. B, and Kev, and who else? I sent about 4 stickers away anyway that I had left over, so hopefully you might do something with them.
Excellent, yeah. Well, if he runs out of toilet paper, it'll be all good.
A couple of sheets.
That's it, yeah. Excellent. Oh, it's awesome to have you along, buddy. I'm just going to try and get to some more Q&A stuff because people are watching and commenting, and we love that. So let's go and say hello to some of these folks. We've got Feral Scotsman. I do love that name. and he says, hello, folks.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
In a kind of Scottish accent, I guess.
Okay, then.
Try. Oh, thanks, Kat. There we go. Kat's on.
No, I can do the accent. No, that's
Right.
no sound.
Yeah, whenever I do an accent, I always sound like an Indian. I don't know. Okay. Oh, Larry Davis says, hello, all. Hi, buddy.
Hello, Larry.
And whilst Owen right says Stilton, old blue, veined and smelly. Yes.
Sounds like me.
Oh, do you know what? I was a bit sick in my mouth then.
On the varicose veins going up.
So, fantastic link. Thank you, Larry. Next question from the Q&A. What's the best way you can keep your helmet clean?
Wow.
Down the pub, £2 in the
Sorry,
machine.
the timing. What's that, down the pub?
£2 in the machine. Never mind.
That's gone over his head. That's gone over his head.
Then he's using it wrong.
That's how you keep it clean, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's what you mean, yeah.
Probably putting that on his head.
Yeah.
Need some pledge.
Okay, so anyone else got any tips apart from Rick? Who likes to keep his helmet covered to keep it clean?
I bet he's pledged, don't he, Skeggy?
Yeah.
Pledge. Oh, that's
Pledge for everything.
I find caustic soda keeps my helmet nice and clean.
I'd say
Gets all of the
small
cheese
figure.
off.
Small figure's cracking.
Yeah.
That lubricates it as well.
Yep. And then, if all else fails, Sandblaster.
No,
Or
saying
nowadays, Media Blaster.
Yeah, well, you could always go to the next level with sandblasters, can't you? And use the old lead shot.
Oh.
That'll put lead in your pencil.
Oh, yeah.
Well, depends how clean you want it, doesn't it? I think sandblasting's probably one step too far.
Yeah.
That's if you want one left.
You could always use a grinding disc. That would work as well. That would work.
Yeah.
For me and you, Kev, it'd be a Dremel.
Yeah, they're quite small, aren't they? You can get around those little areas. Yeah.
Or a little wire brush.
To all the crevices.
Oh, what about surely a toothbrush?
Toothbrush. Always. Toothbrush and brake fluid, that'll clean anything, wouldn't it?
Indeed. But try and pull some sort of reasonable answer out of all this.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. What I would do is I would use, and it'll probably cause some extra laughter, is a bit of kitchen roll, just to mop up.
Kitchen roll fix, you want baby wipes, that's what you want.
Yeah, baby wipes work well as well, but kitchen roll if you want a budget with a bit of water and just put it all over your helmet, yeah? And let it see, can get the flies off, And then once all the flies are moistened up, they come off really easy. And that's it.
Joking aside, what I actually use, I have little tubs that I've bought, with like little spray tubs, and I fill them about a third of the way up with Windoline or glass cleaner, and then top it up the rest of the way with water. It works just as good as any Visor cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it costs a fraction of the price, cost buttons.
What's wrong with bedroom curtains?
What's wrong with what?
The bedroom curtains.
That's what I used when I went round to Kev's.
Oh, go on. Someone. All right, I'll say it. What's wrong with a sock? What's wrong with a sock?
I would have used a sheet, but I never got
Richard, that's so fucking wrong.
What's the matter with not just using her hair?
Jan, do you know what Richard did to the curtains?
Kev, just turn your head around, mate. you can inspect them.
I'm in the lounge as well.
Yeah, and those curtains haven't closed properly since, have they?
No longer bend.
I thought they were a bit stiff.
Oh dear. You thought Jen had starched them.
She's not starched them all evenly, though,
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Well, Larry, I hope that helps you with your helmet.
With your helmet.
Oh dear. Excellent stuff. Right. Bimble Boy Blue. He says, "Evening all. I used to have." Let's keep the thing going.
You got to read the thing
going. I've got to read it out. Let's keep the thing going here. Hang on. Evening all. I used to have a crippled puppy. He had lovely blue eyes, but he died in a tragic kitten fire. I'm happy smiling buddy. Brilliant, excellent. Oh, I don't know about from that one.
Oh, I'm weeping now.
Oh, fill it up.
It's sorted now. It's off camera. Don't worry about it.
Have you got a curtain handy?
As it happens, yes.
Oh dear.
I've always got leather seats in the
curtains.
I bet Phil's
Chip it off afterwards. It's all right.
I bet Phil's sat there thinking, "What did I do? Why did I join this?"
Is this your first hangout, Pete?
Yeah. Well,
Pete.
Pete.
You can say more than yeah. Well.
I was on one a couple of months back on the Matter Social one. One of the raffle things we did. Other than that, this will be the first one of this.
Strangest yet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we've broken your cherry in such an interesting way.
Was that before the hangout?
Yeah, we don't do that sort of thing on air.
Are those your ratties, Pete?
Yes, they're in there somewhere. No, anyway.
We used to have ratties. We bought an aviary to put them in.
Oh.
So and I
But they died.
front room.
Tragic fire.
Actually,
Did you take the birds out first?
Nah, it's free food. No, we had two and one did die. So we bought another one.
Music.
Yeah, we bought another one. And we specifically said to the pet shop we don't want a pregnant one, and they even got that bit wrong.
Yeah.
So we're a couple of weeks later, probably a week later, we looked in the cage and there was just blood everywhere. We thought they'd been fighting, and you looked, there was one rat right at the top, just sat there looking sheepish. The other one at the bottom thought, yeah, they've definitely been fighting. And then you could just hear them squeaking, and the bloody rats everywhere.
Excellent.
Cool pets. Good pets, rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Right, okay. Wow.
I thought I did a story with only one death out of about 6. I thought that was alright. I'm trying to bring up the tone.
That's a happy ending.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, one died, but then they had loads of babies. It's all good. Right.
Not my idea of an happy ending.
that would probably involve curtains, wouldn't it?
Right, I'm just going to go to say, Artifact Asterisk says, great ride out last week, Phil. I was the guy on the blue Yamaha diversion.
You can thank Kat for that, actually. She did all the leading the ride and everything. I just planned to meet up and people turned up and then we ended up going for a ride.
And then left without you.
Yeah.
I actually watched that video, that's right. I'm guessing that you were stood at the pump filling up and everyone else went up, you're like,
Bye!
it's my ride out and everyone's definitely.
That reminds me of a ride out. How about you, Skeggy?
Yes, it does sound similar, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Not pointing any fingers, but wherever Keith is, tell me when to stop. Why does everyone keep calling Pete Phil?
His real name's John, though. That's what I find strange.
It's Pete. Kevin's suddenly got a lot more attractive.
Oh, we found Calm's level.
He has too.
Yeah, but which one of you on the panel disagrees with me?
That impersonation is friendly.
I don't like being put in awkward situations. I'm not going to answer that one.
So
we
I
know
hate it when you
the answer
wake
is,
up in the morning next to a right bloody dog.
Done that a few times.
Oh, hang on a minute. Everyone pretend to be shocked. Really, Andy?
Yeah, especially when I've had my beer goggles on.
Beer goggles are the
Beer
worst.
goggles, yeah.
Yeah, had to be a sheepdog.
Yeah.
Getting all the sheep away.
I went in the field for sheep and I came out with the only bloody collie.
Right, I'm going to take one more from the Q&A from Ginger Geordie Biker, who's a new person who commented, so we have to mention him. So, hello, buddy.
Oh, boy.
And he says, hi all, I just started watching. Oh, sorry, mate. And I'm totally lost with what's going on. But I'm too worried to ask after that helmet.
This guy learns quickly.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what's going on myself, to be honest.
No.
But anyway, as long as someone's died, apparently, it's all good. This is kind of really
You
weird.
can't beat a good death, can you?
No.
No,
Unless
obviously.
it's your own.
I always like the ham sandwiches afterwards at the wake. I always look forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
I
sure
don't like
it's
it when they skimp on sandwiches, though. That's outrageous.
Oh, that's outrageous, isn't it? Yeah.
They just go for the standard tuna thing.
Yeah.
Bloody outrageous, right? Okay, now I'm gonna swing the attention across to Kat because she was trying to mention something earlier. So I think we need to get the news from Kat.
All I was saying is today I've been stripping and playing with my nipples.
Hey!
Let's not change the tone, eh? Let's just carry on. Excellent.
I think that's why.
I hope you greased them.
Looks like I came in at the right time.
I didn't know anyway. Kat.
Were they actually chapped then, Kat?
No.
No?
They're very hard.
Dear.
At least
You
you
know,
weren't
but
intimidated.
I make motorbike wheels for a living, so spokes and nipples and stripping wheels and
Right.
It was just a really bad joke I thought of right at the start of this. Which I
No, it wasn't that bad. I laughed for a couple of seconds.
Thank you.
Excellent.
With all the talking about death and things, I just thought, no, leave it.
I thought, let's just throw in stripping and playing with my nipples.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did that last night. I was sucking on 3 nipples last night, and all this weird corrosive fluid was coming out. Oh, very nasty.
I should get her to the doctors.
No.
Yeah, but as
Normally
you
there's
said,
only 2.
soap and water cleaned it up lovely.
So yeah, soap and water, or a bit of brake and parts cleaner. That wipes it straight off.
Yeah, brake cleaner.
That's good.
Oh, uncomfortable silence, right? Okay. So let's go to Larry Davis. I think he's got some happy news. He says Mrs. has just been spayed, and now she has a large hernia. Is that legal? Can you spade your missus?
That's what I say. Is that the right spelling of spade in the way you mean?
I'm pretty sure it's.
Whack.
I know that one is actually. I know that he has actually literally hit around the back.
He sent her out to the garden and told her to start digging.
Dig your own bloody hole.
Yeah.
Stop flinching with that spade. Right. Okay, I'm just going to quickly pick up on Artifacts. Astria, and he says, thanks, cats.
My pleasure.
That's for the twisties, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
All the twisty nipples.
I was about to say all the nipples.
Who knows? Who knows what goes on these bloody hideouts?
So we lose each other.
Sounds to me that 08 is propositioning cat.
What?
Oh, oh, yeah.
Curtains on standby.
I hear my oil changing.
Ooh.
Okay, why do I feel uncomfortable? Anyway,
Is it a very big chair?
he also says, hello all, anyone used the new YouTube live streaming thingy-me-jobby instead of Google Plus Hangouts? Well, for me, I can say yes, I did do a test a little while ago, and it worked quite well because it meant that I could do other stuff like use green screen as opposed to Hangouts where you can't.
Can other people join? Other people can't join those though, can they? It's just a one-to-one thing or one-to-many thing.
I'm trying to figure it out still, Kev. It looked like I had the ability to actually let someone join.
Oh, right, okay.
But I was just kind of doing a test on my own rather than make anyone else look a complete idiot like me as well. But so I think you might be able to. So I'm going to do a bit more practice with it and see what happens. The trouble is, I always try to publish it, but I'll figure out a way and maybe do a test. That'd be cool.
But it's live, isn't it? Hence the
No,
live streaming.
I think there's some way you can make it private. It's live but private.
Right.
If I do that, then no one will see it. So maybe we can do a test that way, and maybe we can do a bit more fun. But then I quite like the Hangouts. It's less hassle.
Really? The less hassle.
Really?
If you do a live stream, instead of you can't have Q&A, which means you just get the Google chat, and that thing flies past so fast you just can't keep up with all the comments coming through. So it's kind of a did I just hear Dave?
Yeah.
Dave, where did he sneak in, fella?
I sneaked in round about Kathy's hard nipples.
Sneaked in when Kath was rubbing her nipples.
Brings them out the woodwork.
It does.
Doesn't it? That little bastard's got his bloody lower third working now.
No! I wouldn't have phrased it exactly the same as that.
It's like a dysfunctional hangout. Everyone's worried about their lower third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Right. So let's keep the tone going from Headcut Harley's next question.
I've seen it.
He says he's got a dent in his front wheel. That's a dent to anyone else from the US or anyone else that may be. And he says, does Cat do rimming?
I can re-rim. I can re-rim, yeah.
Re-rim? Oh, that sounds a little bit more than rimming. Can you just not do rimming?
I can try.
There you go.
I could try and straighten it out.
She's going to try and rim you.
I don't think he wants his rim straightening. It's supposed to be curved.
Was that ring piece? Was it? He said, or was it rimming?
Just the rimming.
Oh.
Andrew.
I thought he said ring piece. That's all I thought.
Just Andy to lower the tone. We're trying to all be really nice here tonight.
Yeah.
And he's lowering the tone. Oh my word! Bex just come back. She says, "Oh, and she's going to be checking with Squeak Out."
Checking the squeak out, yeah. Checking the squeak out.
It's the first time I've heard it called that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that video. And Dean Martin's popped in, and he says, "Good evening, gentlemen and gentle ladies."
Hello.
Nice.
Have we got a gentle lady on you? Have we?
Yes, me. Watch it.
Exactly my point, Kat. I didn't need to say any more. Yes, we've got a gentle lady, but watch it.
Yeah.
Not gentleman in here.
Are you wearing leather gloves in the house?
I have got one, yes.
Okay.
Like Michael Jackson look.
Okay, that's kind of very weird that you're wearing a leather glove whilst just. Okay.
just for comedy effect. So
No, don't stop, Kat. Carry on. Only joking.
Just like a...
Well, I tell you what, I'm having so much fun, and we've only been on for an hour. It's great. That means we've got an hour of fun and people dying.
got a big mitt as well.
What's that? Oh, that better not be Carmichael's sock.
No, that one bends.
No, I was going to say, get some Stilsons on that.
It looks big enough to be your sleeping bag, doesn't it?
Actually, no, I think that's my waterproof. That's my waterproof.
Someone's getting banned. Someone's getting banned.
Yeah, where's that bloody ban button gone? Right, okay.
Oh,
Everyone's
how
being
can you be bad to that face?
Which face? What, Catherine's face?
No, Dave's.
Actually, yeah, probably could be bad to that face. Right, okay. So, now we're here, and I am conscious that we've got a new vlogger, Phil, and I just wondered if Phil might like to give us any news updates or anything new that he may be doing in terms of producing a video or anything like that. Yeah, P, aka P.
Yeah, I don't get it either, so don't ask. I've got the ride we did last weekend to edit. Yeah, started doing that. I have got a question for the panel, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I did plan a little bit.
You planned?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The only one.
Right, let's go.
Have you realised your error?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me select you, Phil. Let's give you the limelight.
It'll probably sound like a stupid question and things, but I don't know, so I'm going to ask.
Has your motovlogging experience changed?
Do you like motorbikes?
How'd you clean your helmet? Sorry, go on, Phil. Pete.
Right. I've got to do another service on the bike, so I need to do an oil change and things. I was wondering if it really matters on what sort of oil I should be using. Infamous biker Kev doesn't need to answer this one.
Why not?
Got something here, sunflower oil.
Basically, it's a decent oil to use. At the minute, I've been using the Morris Super Sport 4, or whatever it is, semi-synthetic. If I'm just doing a quick oil change, will it be a problem if I was to use, say, Castrol or another brand of the same sort, or is it best to completely drain everything out and put some new oil in?
Right.
Are you talking about an oil change or a top-up?
Change.
Well, you'll be draining it and all that anyway then, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your bike is semi-synthetic should be fine. Yours is not a Hayabusa or something like that, which needs fully synthetic. So semi-synthetic oil should be fine. For brand wise, most likely. Sorry, what was it?
Yeah, I think Kev mentioned sunflower oil.
Yeah. Sunflower oil, yeah.
Sunflower oil, yeah!
I'm sorry, it was Kev's dog that actually mentioned sunflower oil.
I think it's important to say that Kev is quite lowbrow on this one. You shouldn't use sunflower oil. M&S, cod liver oil, olive oil.
Don't need
extra
any of that
veg,
posh shit.
Olive oil is stupid.
Can I just say that any advice that anyone takes from this channel tonight is not my responsibility. It's responsibility of the Hangout. The terms and conditions apply.
Double virgin olive oil is better.
Joking aside, though, I've always gone with, as long as it's the same type of oil, as long as it's like 10W40 fully synth or semi-synth or whatever it is, as long as it's the same type, doesn't matter what it is really, what brand it is.
Is there a difference
the right
between
type?
Cars and stuff for bikes?
Sorry?
Is there a difference between the stuff that's for cars and the stuff for bikes?
I've always wondered that myself, to be honest, because
if you have a look at the rev counter in your car and then look at the rev counter on your bike, that might be an indication.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but if you get because the 10W40 is the thickness, viscosity of it when it's cold versus warm, isn't it? So if you get 10W40 car oil or 10W40 motorbike oil, surely that's the same viscosity.
Yeah, but if it's fully synthetic, then its shear velocity viscosity is different. It withstands being ripped apart better than semi-synthetic or just ordinary oil.
Don't you get clutch
for a different job as well, isn't it?
Sorry, there's two of you at once. Then.
Yeah, come. Yeah, don't you get clutch slip with fully synthetic?
What?
If your bike is designed for fully synthetic, you shouldn't get any clutch slip at all.
No. I was almost on the same point there, just saying you've got to remember that your oil in a bike is doing a different job because it's lubing the engine as it would in a car, but it's also generally a wet clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The general rule of thumb is new engines, so any bike manufactured sort of like 2000 plus, well, 2005 plus would normally probably appreciate fully synthetic, unless it's a low rever. If it's a low revving bike, where the rev limit's about 9,000, which tends to be like the cruisers, you can get away with semi-synthetic. Old bikes, you can go semi-synthetic, or you can go with the standard natural mineral.
Yeah.
But high revving new bikes would be much better suited to having fully synthetic. That's the kind of rule of thumb.
Mine is it clearly says do not use fully synthetic on mine. Only use semi-synthetic. Apart from for running in, both of them.
Do you not use fully synthetic?
No, semi.
The shiver was semi-synthetic. Obviously, that was a V-twin, so but that was semi-synthetic. The shiver as well. But that revved to about 10.5, and the Tiger revs to the red line's 10 on the Tiger, and that's fully synthetic sunflower oil they use for that.
So was yours semi-synthetic because it only had half as many cylinders as it was supposed to have?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. I think it was semi-synthetic to help with the electrics. I think.
Right.
I think
it didn't work, did it?
I think synthetic should be fine up to about 11,000 revs. But if you had like a 15 or 18,000 revving engine, you definitely want to be on fully synthetic.
Yeah, mine rev to 12. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see any reason why you couldn't put fully synthetic in that.
I've always put semi.
I'm just going to use what they tell me to use.
Yeah, I've always put semi in my ZZR. I've never put full. But like anything like a cruiser, I think Skeggy would tell us, anything like a cruiser, even like a Harley, you can actually put mineral oil in that bloody thing.
Yeah, never put fully synthetic in those.
No, not in a Harley. No.
Well, I mean, for what it costs, I just go with bike oil because I tend to use the Motul stuff, and it's £7 or £8 a litre, and you're using 3 litres of it maybe. So for the sake of £25 every 1,000 miles, what the heck?
Yeah, I used Motul on the one when I did the oil changes on the Shiver. I used Motul on that.
I thought you used Lidl.
No. At Aldi. It was actually Aldi, and that was the Tiger. That was the Tiger. That was the Tiger.
Other brands
Own brand.
I thought
But,
you used crisp and dry.
No, crisp and dry. You think I'm bloody made of money? Dry.
Hang on, have some sense. The clue's in the name, dry. You don't want a dry clutch.
No.
Well, only if it's got a dry sump.
If you've got a Ducati, I'm going to say that's for a Ducati, that oil.
Crisp and bloody dry.
only with a dry sump. Only with a dry sump you can use.
No, but when I did do the oil change on a Tiger, it recommended 1040 fully synthetic Castrol, but I got Shell Advanced 1040 fully synthetic, and it was fine.
As long as it's fully synthetic, and that's what they recommend, and that's what you put in, really. But any bike that you're going to abuse, any bike that you've tuned or anything else, and it's a recent engine, then I would go fully synthetic. I'm just about to do my MT-09. I'm going to put fully synthetic in that. But older bikes and low revving bikes, you should never go above semi. Why do I keep finding semi funny? I don't know.
I don't know.
Since we've been discussing it, I keep trying to find a joke about them. I'm on the fitch yet, but I will.
They're probably not going to fit anywhere if it's semi.
All the best bit was when Jeff turned around and says, "Crisp and bloody dry." All I just heard Jim Royal.
Can't afford that stuff. So, I've got a question for Phil now. Are you any wiser? Sorry, Pete. Are you any wiser after that? All those tips?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Can you explain it to us?
Can you tell us what it means?
No, what he's learned from all that is don't ask us for advice.
Definitely wiser. So, what are you going to put in there now, Pete?
Well, I'll stick with 10W40 semi-synthetic. I can't say it now. Semi-synthetic. It was just then down to recommended brands. I've used that Morris stuff because I bought a service pack specifically for my bike that had like the oil filter and spark plugs, air filter. And that was the oil that came with it. So yeah, I didn't know whether to stick with that same stuff or just find something that's cheaper locally. You can get the cheaper stuff from Halfords, but I probably want to cheap out when it comes to engine oil, really, should I?
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
Between 4 litres of, because it'll be about 3.5 litres, won't it?
Yeah.
Between the difference between the budget stuff, if you want to call it budget, for want of a better word, and the Castrol and Shell and Motul and stuff like that, it's only about £5 or £6 anyway. So, me personally, I'd rather just pay the extra few quid and get something a bit more reputable.
They always say though, if you're one of these people who change your oil, say every 2,000-3,000 miles, it really doesn't matter if you buy dear or cheap, because if you're going to change it, a cheap motor oil will last 2,000 to 3,000 miles anyway. So some people will say don't spend your money on something like 30-40 quid like some of them are if you're going to change it in 2,000 or 3,000 miles. But if you want to keep it in there a bit longer, then you should go with the more expensive stuff.
I've done a quick search for the stuff I use, and I wouldn't buy 5 litres, but 5 litres is 24 quid delivered. So it's not exactly expensive, and you can use your spare litre and a half for cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
I'm on the GPZ zone here, GPZ zone, and it says here Morris Super Sports Oil 4 for yours anyway, semi-synthetic. So.
Yeah, that's where I got it from, GPZ zone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you basically what you want to use, but yeah, as long as it's semi-synthetic, you should be fine.
Yeah.
And what I find strange, and maybe because I'm an old git, but back in the day, I've always used Silcoline. And I don't think anyone's mentioned Silcoline so far in oil.
I use Silcoline.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, only because you recommended it.
Oh, that doesn't count, then. That doesn't count.
No, I use Motul.
Yeah, I use the Motul because Yamaha recommend it.
Right. I just bought the same stuff that you used last time, Mr. B. I just ordered the very same oil. I thought I'll stick to what you recommended, and it seems to be okay. So.
Yeah, I mean, oil's oil, really. I don't think there's really much in that in it. But in my day, back in the day when I was a lad, it was Silcoline. But I'm now interested. You know, back in the day, what did you use, Kat? What do you use? What oil do you use, Kat?
Didn't have oil in my day. It was just stone.
Pencil
Wood.
lead.
Tell you what, I mean, back in the day, I used to use comma.
What?
I remember that.
Yeah, comma, because it was
Yeah.
the cheapest. It was the cheapest oil on the market, and that's why I used it.
I know that. Sorry, Kat. Go on. I am interested, genuinely, Kat, on what type of oil you normally put in your bikes. What brand?
Back in the day, obviously Castrol and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, now I tend to use Morris because it's a good oil and it comes from my local garage. So, I think I've got Motul in the TL, and obviously I use castor oil in the race bike. So.
Bex88 is asking you a question, by the way.
Me.
On oils and weights.
Is that the one that starts the garage?
Yeah.
Let's select it and read it out. Then the garage put 10W30 in my bike when I had it serviced when I first got it. So does that mean when I change it next time I should use 10W30 again, or not 10W40, or wouldn't it matter? Or been drained out anyway. Well, if you're draining it all out, Bex, then put whatever you want in, basically, whatever you see fit. And I don't want to go off on a tangent, but when it comes to servicing, what I like to do my own services so that I can choose the oil and the oil filter I use for my service, as opposed to when you go to service, they'll probably fit a. Well, it depends where you go. But if you go to the garage. If you go to the garage, the original dealer, they'll probably fit an original, you know, the proper filter, and then an oil of their choice, and probably the standard oil they recommend. But I like to put in what I want, including filter and oil. But it's up to you if you're draining it all.
Well, if you go to my garage, I don't bother fitting one at all. But,
I thought 1030 was more for colder climates than ours, or is it warmer climates? I can't remember.
I'm just checking my book to find out.
Yeah, well, if it's really cold, then you have to put like 0W40, and there's all sorts of oils. But the trouble is, you lose performance. But if it's everyday riding on just general roads, and the things that really gets me sometimes about all this stuff is that they say, oh yeah, you need this. And it's like, yeah, but that's like only if you're going to go on a racetrack.
Yeah.
General oil is 10W40, be fine for any person riding a bike on the roads and not on a track.
This is quite interesting on the Kawasaki one. This is on the Z1000, but I'm assuming it's the same on the other bikes as well. Well, it will be because it's the oil. 10W30 is rated from -10 degrees up to 30 degrees. So potentially you could actually be taking it out of its operating temperature range for environmental operation.
Exactly.
In the height of summer. I would use 10W40 because it's got a wider range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I had the Shiver, that was 15W50.
Well, the Kawasaki says you can use anything from 20. You can use 20W50, 2040, 1050, 1040, 1030, but it's all based on the temperature you expect to be operating the bike in.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
most of us wouldn't go out at -10.
No, but we would go out at 31.
Yeah.
We'll go out at 31 though, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I don't want to mention any names here, but you probably know where I'm going with this. But if you leave your bike out in -27, then 10W40 is going to be like mush. And then when you start your bike up, it's not going to work very well. So if you intend to leave your bike in very sub-zero temperatures, then you need to go for a much lower viscosity level of like at least 0W something. But you know, but the book gives you the recommended for the average country and the average temperature zone, blah blah blah. So if you go and do the maths, look at as Richard did, the viscosity sort of like table that tells you the temperatures that it works within, then that will pretty much answer your question.
Yeah,
Can anybody remember what year Bex's bike is? I mean, it's going to be 10W40, but I'll just double check. But anybody remember what year it? Yeah, what year a bike is? 'Cause it's
no, she's got a private plate on.
What is it, Beck's Boss?
But it's a 600, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll look
10W40 is the
It
norm.
will
But
be, but I'll just double check just in case.
yeah.
The only thing I say about that silkery, Mr. B, it's quite a dear oil, isn't it? It's about 38 quid for 4 litres, something like that.
Yeah, the really like hard wearing oil, which is normally the fully synthetic stuff, is
Yeah.
expensive. You can pay
Yeah.
like 50 quid for 4 litres.
Yeah. I've been happy with it. I've used it again. It was alright. I'll buy it again.
Wow.
She says lower down, Motel 1030 is what she puts in hers. And she says, yeah, it's what I thought, Richard. It's 2,000.
Yeah, I don't understand the 10W30. I would have put 10W40 in.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a dealer and Honda say use 10W30, then maybe they would do it just as a matter of course. But I'd be surprised if it's 10W30 because everything's 10W40, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, for this country, definitely, because although we do have a large temperature variation, where we would ride it wouldn't be in that range. If it was a car,
it'd be the high range, not the cold range, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if it was a car, it'd be different. We want it to do really cold as well because we would go out in the cold. But
Maybe he had a lot in because it's cheap because nobody wants it.
possible. I mean, some people would put the 1013 in the winter and 1014 for the summer.
Manual says 10W40 or 10W50. Oh, sorry, 15W40. It doesn't mention 10W30 at all. So unusual.
Maybe that's all in the shop at the time.
Yeah. I mean, it'll work.
Oh yeah. Of course.
It'll just potentially be a little less viscous. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 30 degrees versus 35 degrees air temperature compared to the temperature of your engine is not a huge amount of difference, is it?
Would that matter if it's an air-cooled bike or a water-cooled bike, though?
Yes, it would.
Yeah. Well, in Bex's case, it's usually water cooled, isn't it? But sometimes the water falls off.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah, it depends whether the beam pipes.
An air-cooled bike like mine, the parts are designed to expand and shrink a lot more than they are on a water-cooled bike.
I've got something that expands and shrinks.
Oh, come on.
Is that when it gets hot?
When it gets hot, it expands.
Right. You have to oil it up, and if so, what viscosity?
No,
Better change your oil.
Right, anyway. Okay, right, the Q&A is going absolutely bonkers. So, anyway, Phil, great question. You led us down an interesting path.
Yeah, because engine oil would be so complicated.
I know, or so interesting as it has been. And I don't know how many deaths we've caused tonight by watching this Hangout. But, you know, yeah, it's your own responsibility. If you watch this, you're full. Right.
Von Schwarzenegger has a good point on the oil.
Oh, car oil.
There's actually a sensible one in there.
Car oil has additives in it that will make the clutch slip. You can not put your car oil in a bike. No, I mean, that's right. You have seals that obviously like protect oil from getting out in certain places. If you put too thin of oil in or the wrong type of oil in any engine, it will leak out through the seals and cause no end of problems.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, read the manual really. Google's marvellous. But yeah, it is a good point, and I've known many a person that's put the wrong oil in and then caused the oil to leak out through all the seals and cause lots of issues. Dean Martin, this is going to get really random in the Q&A now. He says, and the glove went on when rimming was mentioned. Ha ha ha! And I think that's Kath's fault for the glove.
No, I deny everything.
Bimble Boy Blue says, I had a semi once, but it died. Hang on.
How? Is that a hand?
Sorry to hear about Bimble Boy Blue. That's hard to say when you've had a beer. Right, anyway. D. Martin says, I put Castrol 10W40 Semi in the XVS, came with 2050 in it. In the Scoot, dirt cheap off-brand 10W40 Semi. Yeah.
Is that in the UK? 20W50 in the UK?
Sahara, maybe. I don't know why that's in there. I mean, 10W in the UK anyway. 10W40 is the right area to be in, really.
Yeah.
Because it deals with the temperatures that we have to experience. You know, if you're in like a really hot country or a really cold country, then oil as appropriate, pretty much.
I don't even know why they put 2050 in it. I mean, it's not recommended by Yamaha or anything, but.
But if you live in the Sahara, then maybe that's the way you need. You need a much thicker viscosity because of the fact that it was already pretty much lowered its viscosity.
Lives in Derby.
Oh, it's known for its desert-like heat, isn't it, Derby?
Yeah, desert-like heat, not like desert. Desert in the comedy.
It's a nighttime desert during the day.
Larry Davis says, I got a Semi with my helmet. Excellent.
Well
that
done.
helps you keep it clean as well.
No comment.
Bex agrees. Yeah, that's what I thought, Richard. It's 2000. Now she knows what year a bike was made in. Excellent. Also, Bex also says it was a Honda dealer that did the service or did the deed. I'm sure I was told or read somewhere that Honda now use 10W30 as standard. Well, what do they know? If I was me, which I am, of course, I would put.
Pretty sure you are.
I would put 10W40.
Does it make a difference over there? Because it's Japan. It might get hot, but it's a very humid. It's a moist, mildly moist.
You just wanted to say the word.
It's mildly moist over there, and does it make a difference to the heat?
Just wanted to say moist.
Mildly moist.
In Japan, certain areas are mildly radioactive as well, but it doesn't make any.
Don't make no difference to your oil.
And depending on the time of year, it can be really wet too. But anyway, let's just move on. Ah, blimey. Right, Dan J. Oh, a new commenter. I love people that are new that come in. He says, new subscriber here from Shropshire. Newbie at 40, LOL. I'm currently on a CBR 125. Thanks for your vids, Mr. B. Okay, excellent. You can ask us a question as well if you want, buddy. But it's great to have you along. And 40. Wow. Okay.
Very
Pass the
well.
test quickly.
Any questions you like?
Yeah. Get that test out of the way. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to do any more oil comments. Sorry, I'm just going to delete them. We've had death and oil so far.
Enough Semi for one night.
If you drink a gallon of 2040, will you die? I'm just trying to combine the two.
If you drink any amount of oil, probably it's not going to go down too well.
Make it very loose, wouldn't it?
Fresh oil or used?
Castrol.
Crisp and dry.
I've already said I think chip shop prawn oil is the best.
I'm vegetarian. I'm not putting that in my engine.
I'm a legend.
Oh God, that came across quite funny in my head. You're not putting that in my engine. But that's me. I'm just weird. That's fine. Right. Oh. Artifact Astra says, anyone had much experience with track day riding? If so, hang on, this is about motorbikes.
Oh dear.
Any people getting into it and riding a super sport bike for the first time?
What you want to do is go round the track as fast as you can.
Without falling off.
Yeah.
There's only one junction. Make sure you turn the right way.
Don't go on any.
Interesting. Go the opposite way.
Yeah. Don't go on any track days where there's cars.
It'd be more exciting going the other way around, wouldn't it?
It'd be like an open road.
Yeah.
Keep you alert.
You could almost fall off, but then you push yourself back on with your knee. I've seen them do it.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that are really rubbish push themselves back on with their elbow. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Idiots.
So anyway, let's try and be a little bit serious for a second. Anyone that's going to track day riding, if there any tips for people get into it and riding a super sport bike for the first time? Well, basically, make sure you go on the basic introductory level, and they should look after you. You know, but it depends where you go. I've heard of some horror stories where you go on a beginner's track day, and then you get idiots hooning it round, and the marshals don't deal with them. And I don't like that at all.
Just deal with them yourself once you get into the pit lane.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. But yeah, I've seen some videos where people go, "Oh, my first track day, I'm going on the beginner's track day." So everyone should be no overtaking, taking it round, and go at your own pace. If you want to go a bit faster, you can say, "Oh, can I go at the front?" Blah blah blah, and it should all be good. If you've got someone hooning it round, and the people don't drag them off the track and say, "Look, you shouldn't be on this class. Go into the next one. Bugger off," then that's probably not the best place to go for a track day, and find somewhere else. But normally, the initial beginner experience should be absolutely great, and they should look after you really well.
Also, phone them up first and make sure that you're wearing the right gear, because some helmets and jackets and that won't be allowed on the track. So make sure.
And they also will check your exhaust as well. So make sure your exhaust is on as well. They do a noise test on them. You can be turned
about
around.
998 decibels or something.
Yeah, you can be turned back if your bike's not right.
Gonna have to put my baffle in before I go on a track day on the MT-09. But so I didn't think of that. Sorry, good point, Dave. Obviously, you need either a full leather one-piece, or you need a two-piece leather with a zip around, and it has to zip all the way around, and that's the only way you're going to go on a track day. And obviously, don't expect to be wearing a camera on your crash helmet, because they won't allow that anyway. But you can put cameras on your bike.
Don't you have to? Sorry, Andy, go on.
Your helmet got to be.
It's got to have the gold sticker, hasn't it? It's got to have the.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, don't go there with an Aldi helmet or anything like that. You know. But yeah, it has to be a properly CE approved Gold Star helmet. You know that you should be wearing anyway for blind. God's sake.
I think you've got to take your mirrors off and tape up your lights and your indicators and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I've never done a track day myself, but I believe that's what you have to do.
Some do. Some make you take your mirrors off, but others, I like to have mirrors on, so that I can see if there's anyone coming up on me. But some tracks do want you to take your mirrors off. But yes, you will probably have to. They normally do it for you, actually. In my experience, they tape up, gaffer tape on your flipping indicators and headlight and everything else. But it's no biggie. Take a little toolkit with you, and therefore you can take stuff off if that's what their rules are. Obviously, ring them up prior to your track day and see what they need you to do to your bike before you go out.
Cat's done track days, haven't you?
Me, not track days. No, I've done classic. I do classic braiding there. But no, I've never done track day. Classic braiding.
Braiding?
Yeah, I go out with the.
Like do people's hair?
Is that some sort of thing?
Parading.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, parading.
Parading.
Oh, sorry. It sounded like classic braiding. I'm like, what's that? Do you use beads? Do you like do the double knot or just the one twist?
Yeah.
No. I'll have some
We-
done in this.
Is that with do you do that, Cat, with the Women's Institute then?
No.
No.
Well, they're on tracks,
like
aren't they?
jam and stuff like that, and cake,
And a cup of tea.
cup of
Just
tea and that, yeah.
don't upset her. She has guns.
I'm out of range here.
I'm coming down next week. Is it next week? Where's the cop?
Good.
Yeah.
4th of October.
Yeah, so it's week on Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. No, I do classic braiding, and it's on a proper classic racing motorbike, so it hasn't got mirrors or anything anyway. I do go out with the Vintage Jap Club, and long as you're a member of the Vintage Jap Club and you've got the Japanese bike, you can go out basically, and it's free. So.
Is the Hayabusa classed as vintage yet?
Yeah, anything that's 15 years. But I mean, I've seen people on quite modern bikes. But
Wow, my diversions are classic.
Hey, let me know when the next time. Kat, let me know when the next one's on. I definitely want to go to that.
It is Snetterton, and that is the same weekend as the Cop Doc, so I can't do that one.
That means you won't be there.
I won't be at Snetterton, no.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to go then.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah. I do remember the video you put up about my younger years. But yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
Cue the music.
What music?
Yeah, I hope you're not waiting for
I didn't treat you very nicely, did I?
Oh, I've got some great stuff that I've had in my thoughts in my head for the video for you. Don't worry. It's all going to be good.
Bring it on.
Oh yeah, trust me, you'll suffer.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Right, so are we done with track days, or does anyone else want to comment on that?
No.
Okay, excellent. I need to get that the old grasshopper noise effect going as well at some point, so we can do that. Bex88 says it's an oil-related thing, but she says thanks for the advice. She's going to put 10W40 in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the 10W40 club. Right.
I've never heard 10W40 get such a resounding.
10W40, oh yeah! In the UK, 10W40 like a boss. Excellent stuff. Right, okay, where do we go from here? Oh, do you know what I'll do, just briefly, if I may? I know it's been a long time coming. You know I get frustrated about being dependent on other things to make videos come out. And the Ride Invisible competition that I mentioned before. I just wanted to quickly mention that I have done a video that I might not have to redo again. But anyway, the Ride Invisible competition is coming, and it's pretty good. I've boned in about probably nearly £400 worth out of my own pocket into the prizes. And there are 3 ways to win as well. So there's basically 3 prizes, and this is just just to get your juices flowing, ready for the proper announcement. But anyone can enter at any time. So basically, in order to win any of these prizes, you just either need to make a video about Riding Invisible, only about Riding Invisible, not like a do a vlog about, I had constipation the other day, and also don't forget to ride invisible. No, it's like a video about Ride Invisible, one of those, or make a Ride Invisible poster. Now, I mentioned this last year, and those posters still count, by the way, people, but make a poster, and the best poster out of those will win the prize, and also the video. And anyone that either produces a video about Riding Invisible or makes a poster about Riding Invisible will be entered into a raffle prize for Sony action camera and lots of goodies along the way. And I'm still trying to firm up some stuff from people that I've been talking to so they can put into the prize pot, because at the moment everything is coming out of my own pocket, which I don't care, because I'm passionate about stuff. So anyway, there is some ways to win lots of goodies, and I've just recently had an email back from ABBA, the people that make the bike stands.
I thought you meant the group.
Like a super trooper.
Yeah, I think it's from Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're going to sing a song when the winner comes out. They come around your house and play something. You never know. Mamma mia. No. But yeah, they've put some dosh into the pot as well, so there's going to be lots of good prizes, and all you have to do is either make a video about Riding Invisible, make a poster about Riding Invisible. Obviously the winner poster will be used, by the way, this is also a bonus, and also anyone that enters will put in the pot as well for the raffle prize too. That's straightforward.
That's a good one, Richard.
He's a artist.
This is my entry for the.
Excellent.
As you can see, I'm riding invisible.
I
can't see you, Kev. I don't understand.
Well,
that's it. A white bike in the snow.
Yeah. Excellent stuff. So anyway, I'm just putting out there. It's not like properly announced yet, but anyway, I'm just giving you a heads up. So if you want to start thinking about stuff like that, I mean, I think though that we're talking about serious prizes.
Like a bus.
Like a bus. Like a bus.
Yeah. What's happening there? His legs are flowing off. Is there someone on the bike, or is that the frame? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think though
there is someone on the bike, but they're invisible. You see?
I did that. The whole bike is meant to be invisible. You have to work on it, mate. Work on it. Work on it.
Hang on.
If we threw the bike, then you think you're visible, of course. That's it. Just rub the bike out, and then it'll be fine. That's it. There we go. Hey, you got it now. That's it. Excellent. Actually, that could be a contender right there.
Did I get a second? I know Kev's on for the win, but do I get second prize?
There will be runner-up prizes, but I think and I hope that the first place prizes will be somewhere in the region of about £200 of motorbike-related stuff, which you can choose from, and there's no limit on what you choose as well. So anyway, it should be pretty damn good. Hopefully, people want to get involved for that sort of dosh.
Just make sure that the winners are worthy with it in case someone gets a hard on about it.
Yeah, let's not have Keith win everything.
If I win, can I have a bike, please?
If you win, you get 200. Well, hopefully that should be the case. I can't say for certain. A minimum of £100 to spend on anything bike related.
How about a bike? Can I get a bike for £100?
Anything to do with bikes at all, you can spend £100 on. That's what you'll get if you win. But watch this space. I expect that to be a lot more than that. A lot more, at least double. But anyway, I'm still working on those things. But anyway, there's a heads up.
I think not only will I do a video on that, but I'll see how many of my subscribers will also get into it and do their own videos as well.
Yeah, I mean, anyone, doesn't matter what you do, as long as it's all about riding invisible, you'll be put into the draw, which will have the most monetarily valuable prize, which include an action camera for a start.
I'm not telling anyone about it. There's just more competition.
No, don't tell anyone. No, exactly. But anyway, just putting it out there. I've done a video for it, but I might have to re-record it again because people keep off putting more stuff into the pot. But, anyway, there you go.
That's perfect, Richard.
Is he worked out now?
Yeah.
Is that someone's leg falling off there?
Yep. That's what happens if you don't ride invisible.
Excellent.
I like it.
But you won't be able to see his leg.
If somebody steals your idea now, you're going to be gutted.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm claiming copyright on this. This is
that's a long process. You know that, don't you, Richard?
No, not copyright. Copyright's good. Hang on.
Okay, you need to go to the proper official site to register that copyright.
You need to put applied for underneath it.
No, that's patents. Copyright's it's done now. Once you've written it, it's done.
That's right.
Do you know what? I don't know, Richard. I don't want to sort of like take anything away from your gorgeous artwork there, but you might struggle with that because some of the posters that have already been submitted.
Are you telling me it's already been done?
They've taken a different approach, I think, is what the best way to put that.
They've spelled invisible right.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah. Oh, you saw that poster, did you?
Invisible.
Yeah. Invisible. Right.
Invisible.
Alrighty then. Let's nip back to the Q&A and see what Larry Davis is saying right now. He says, "I know a few bikes down here that Dave can ride." LOL. Pete, is that one for you?
Yeah. That's when I said, well, can I get a bike for £100?
Right. Okay.
He knows a few down there.
Yeah, I don't like peddling though, to be honest. Deep Martin. What's that? Kev? Big Kev?
I said 50cc bike for £100.
Yeah, it's not bad. You have a hoon around of that. Could do a port on the boards and everything else and skin the heads and make it go really fast.
How far you twist it to make it go?
I'm sure there'd be a Punch 30cc out there somewhere still.
30cc?
Yeah, Punch. You know, they'll Punch bikes, pedal bikes, pedal and go at 30cc.
I didn't realise they were 30cc.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I probably will get one of those. I want at least
I think
50
you should do a
cc.
live review of one of those, Mr. B.
What's that?
Punch.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
awesome.
remember the punches. They had a fairing on them and everything for your legs, keep your legs dry. Didn't work though. Right, anyway, D. Martin says, so, any of you giving next year's Euro trip any thought? That I mentioned last time. We'll be putting together a full detailed plan by the end of November. Looking for June or July, depending on when it suits everybody together. Why the bikers want added to the list? Yeah, well, I've already said I wanted to do a Europe trip, so I'm definitely interested. So yeah, keep us in touch. Anyone else want to go to Europe?
I don't think I've been medically able to,
No.
especially the way I am at the moment.
You're like me, David. You're ready for being put down, mate.
We've gone full circle on this.
Yeah, well,
Talking about bloody suicide now.
I didn't realise it was the coffin dodgers for the hangout.
The good news, Dave, is it ends up in Switzerland, and nobody's coming.
Euthanasia.
You don't have to come back from Switzerland, mate.
This time
No.
last year, I wouldn't think twice about doing a 300-400 mile trip. Now I think twice about doing a 30-mile trip.
Yeah. This is a 3,000-mile trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Europe would be a 400-mile trip. It'd be like a 400-mile trip for me just to get to flipping Dover. But yeah, no, I really want to do it. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of people in here as well. Kat, are you going to buy a bike that's worthy of getting all the way around Europe?
I've got bikes. All of mine can go around Europe.
What, like TL?
All
Yeah.
of them?
What's wrong
Oh,
with
you won't take the TL. You won't ride it in the wet, you big wimp.
Well, you got scared of that three-wheel scooter, so don't call me a wimp. You were crapping yourself on that thing.
Yeah, anyone want to ride one of the three-wheelers and record it on video, be my bloody guest.
I'll tell you what, Andy, I've never laughed so much in all my bloody born days when I watch you on that. I just couldn't stop laughing. You look like a complete and utter fucking wimp. I'll tell you.
I was. You know what? The scariest thing I've ever done. I'll never go on one ever again. You won't know until you try one.
I don't want to.
No.
No, you totally don't. I'll go and do a free-wheeler. It's like, oh, go on then. Just walk the team. It's like, do you know what? Fucking hell, I thought I was going to die. Just not safe at all.
Why is it wobbling? Why is it wobbling?
It was ridiculous.
And he was still in the car park, wasn't it?
And I was still in the car park. Coming in the car park, it was like, what the fuck?
I like how you push it. When you're in car park, you pushed it. It come back to you.
I know. I was doing like 5 miles an hour and I thought I was going to die.
The funniest bit, Andy, was the second bit. The second bit, when you started off, mate, I couldn't stop laughing.
What bit was that?
When the second bit of the video, when you was in the bloody taking it away in the car park, that was so funny.
Oh yeah, the extra bits. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was ridiculous.
Man, I was laughing my head off.
I like to do it live in first impressions, and it genuinely is, as you could probably see. I didn't want to fucking ride the thing anyway. Got on it, and I thought, okay, it'll probably be really good, and it'll be a positive thing, and everything else, and everything be handy, and it'll be like, oh my god, it's amazing, great, but I would never buy one. But no, it was fucking horror story.
You must have looked the right prat with all your gear on that bloody thing, I tell you. You must have done.
Fucking sliders on my knees.
Yeah. You must have looked at you and thought, what the fucking hell is that?
Dare I ask, how did you fare in the comments?
In the comments, in what?
Well, on the comments on the video, was everybody just sort of alright, or was anybody like, you shouldn't slag them off like that, you know?
No, I mean, you know, it's YouTube. You always get dickheads, but most of the comments are normal. And then there's someone saying like, "Oh, you wanted to hate it," and I was like, "No, actually, I thought it'd end up happy story." You know, I thought I'd give it. I always try and give everything a fair crap and a whip, but no, seriously, MP3, no.
The bit that got me was you're saying you are genuinely scared when you're getting on it.
Yes.
It is big. It's big.
In the top right-hand corner, just in the top right-hand corner was this silver and gold Hayabusa. And I was thinking, you were genuinely scared of that, but you come on that.
Hayabusa, 200 miles an hour, piece of piss. MP3, dangerous as fuck. You know that first right-hander that I took, where I was like, oh, whoa. It just, I wanted to like lean like I was on a bike around a corner, but the trike didn't want to do that at all. It wanted to do something else completely different. I'm like, don't accelerate out of a corner on those things. Just don't get on it. What am I talking about? Jesus Christ. No, seriously. And if anyone disbelieves that review, feel free. I've already said Kev. I think Kev should go on one. Just for comedy value. And just experience what I did, because it's just awful.
Fuck that.
We're not after enough, Danny.
The worst thing is, do you know what? As well, just to add to that, I know we've kind of gone off subject a little bit, but do you know you can ride those without a crash helmet?
Yeah, because it's a trike.
You can ride that without a crash helmet.
And
the brakes...
Are you sure? It's not classed as a trike, though, is it really?
Richard?
It's the wheels that wide enough to start.
Richard, trust me, Google all you like. You can ride those without a crash helmet.
That's
And
just
I'll tell you
stupid.
something else. It is. And do you know what else? The brakes. You know, they weigh more than my Hayabusa, and it's only 500cc. And another thing, the brakes, and the reason why I took it back, that the most disconcerting thing, apart from the fact that it didn't want to go around corners and everything else the way I wanted it to, was the fact that the brakes are absolutely shocking, absolutely terrible, and it's probably to do with the fact that they've got small wheels and therefore the disc is really small and they can't get that grip. The brakes are the worst thing about that bike, and then second, the handling round corners, but the brakes are the worst, just won't fucking stop.
You'd have thought it'd be more than good enough when you can apply it by 3 ways.
But it doesn't make any difference, they're just shit.
Yeah, terrible.
Certainly shit. But the thing is, people that get on them that have never ridden a bike before, what I was trying to say was they would probably be alright with it, like driving a car, be like, oh yeah, okay, so that's how it is. But, you know, when you've ridden bikes for a while like I have, and you get on that, it's like, that's nothing like a bike at all. It doesn't go around a corner like a bike, it doesn't stop like a bike, it just shakes, it's just awful. But anyway, feel free to go and see it, you know, see if I'm lying in that review, but it wasn't a review. I wanted to do a review, but I couldn't call it a review because it was just horrendous. End of that. Stop there. I'm waffling on. Sorry.
Q&A.
That was the worst thing ever. So anyway, I want to do the Europe thing. Hopefully, I can do that, and I would like to get involved. Who else have we got? Let's try and see if we've got any new commenters.
I was just having a look at Dean Martin's channel, and it looks like he's going from a scooter to the same bike as Skeggy.
Yeah, but he is. Yeah, but he used to ride a 1100.
Why is he doing his test again?
Well, he wants to cover that in his own video, but basically.
Oh right, okay. If it's.
Yeah, he ended up in a wheelchair. They took his license off him and so on.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying the other week. Now, yeah.
I'm going to just hand over to you guys. I just need to break away for 1 second, and I'll be right back. But anyway, let's carry on with the Q&A, and I believe there was a comment I wanted to bring up somewhere. There we go. Dean Martin. Everyone discussed Dean Martin's comment. Everyone should go on a 3-wheeler. I was pissing myself at your video. So anyway, who's going to go on a 3-wheeler? You discuss. I'll be right back.
I started my cycling career on a 3-wheeler. I remember when I was a kid, I was about 7 or 8, and I had a 3-wheeler and a 2-wheeler, and I used to go out with the kids around the block, pedaling around on my 2-wheel bike, and all the others were going, say I can do no-handed, I can do no-handed, I can do no-handed, I can do no-handed as well. He says, go on then. I says, okay, I will do, and I went off, got my 3-wheeler, come back, and did no-handed on that.
Do many people buy them bloody things then? They must sell.
Oh god, yeah.
I've never seen anybody round here on one.
The funny thing is, after I watched after I watched Mr. B's video, in the small pictures that come up afterwards, the links through to other videos, and there's another MP3. So I clicked on it to see right, let's see how it's supposed to be ridden. And it was a guy who had come from a car straight onto one of them, no bike experience whatsoever, and he loved it, and he rode it. To be quite honest, as Mr. B would say, he rode it like a boss. And I was quite impressed by the way he rode it. But like I said, the difference being he'd never been on a bike, he'd never been on two wheels. So I suppose it made a hell of a difference. You know, if you go to lean more than that bike wants to lean, because the wheels are offset front to back, you get it on two wheels, I would imagine it feels very, very unstable. And I mean, the fact that you can...
Skeggy, do the two front wheels actually go at an angle then? Do they actually angle over?
Yeah.
Or do they just keep rigid?
No, they cantilever, they lean over just the same. But obviously they're not in line with the rear wheel. So if you then go off of the three wheels onto two wheels, then it must feel slightly weird, I would have thought. But I mean, just exactly because I mean he was wobbling as soon as he set off. So I don't know what the problem was. I was assuming that there was something that hadn't been set on the bike properly, or something like a stability control that hadn't been undone, or something like that. But you never know. I mean, it's the weirdest thing ever when you look at it. It's just, I don't know.
I'd never ride one. Not as long as I've got a hole in my arse. I'll never ride one. I'd get like, God forbid, if anything happened and I couldn't ride a normal bike, I'd get like a trike, a proper trike, not those things, you know, a proper trike. Or I wouldn't get one of those.
Yeah, it means giving up filtering, but I'd sooner do it. Yeah.
Biker's got a picture up of it at the moment.
He's leaning it right over.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I say, because I mean, I was surprised that it's a 500cc, and you know, I was just thinking to myself, well, surely it must become more stable at speed. But judging by the video, you thought maybe not, you know. But I don't know. Maybe having never ridden a motorbike, maybe helped. I would have said.
I would have said the same thing, because that does look unnerving. Because, like you say, if you lean just that little bit too much and that far wheel lifts up from the ground, this front wheel is a good. It will feel like your steering's gone.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's over there somewhere instead of.
Just looks so wrong.
Yeah. The bit I couldn't work out on it is why the front wheels. You look at any bike and both wheels are the same size, or the front wheel is bigger.
Yeah.
Never is the front wheel smaller, you know, on a motorbike than the back wheel. So to give that two small front wheels, you know, it just didn't seem right. But
there's obviously a knack to riding, isn't there?
Oh God, yeah.
There is. Yeah. The thing that I found the most disconcerting was when I tried to filter around some stuff that video footage that probably wouldn't ever be shown. But in actual fact, you can't filter as close to the curb as you think.
Yeah, because there's a wheel.
There's a bloody wheel in the way.
There is a vlogger on YouTube that's got one of them MP3s.
What a striker.
Yeah. I've not seen any videos from it recently, but
No,
yeah.
Oh God, let's hope he's not had an accident on it.
No, he's bought a bike. He's now called Motobiker.
Ah, okay, cool, good choice. Yeah. I mean, I think I don't understand. Well, actually, I don't want to get into the politics of it, to be honest. Because there's a lot of politics behind it, and it is trying to get car drivers to use a less congested vehicle. But to try and associate them in any way, shape or form as to a scooter or a motorbike, let me tell you here and right now, they're nothing like a scooter and they are nothing like a bike. They are a trike and they're, well, in my experience, bloody awful.
Just as a devil's advocate thing, if it gets car drivers onto them and they then move on to bikes, then it's done a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes. But if they have the experience that I had, they'd probably go back to their car very quickly.
Yeah, but a lot of people who are buying this are buying it because they don't have a motorbike license.
Yes, exactly.
So they're riding a car license, can't you?
So you can ride that without L plates on a car license, can you? On a car.
And with no helmet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
with no
it's-
crash helmet.
And it's a 500cc.
Canal.
Yeah, the acceleration is diabolical. There's nothing. I'll tell you what. I think Mrs. B SR125 is faster on acceleration, and I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Faster on acceleration than one of those things.
See,
And they weigh
maybe
over a quarter of a ton.
they've deliberately toned down the acceleration, especially if it's aimed at people coming from cars. Because to jump straight on, even if someone who's used to driving a car jump straight onto like an ER5 or a GPZ like Phil's or something like that, there's a lot more acceleration in them than there is in a car, isn't there? So even on a 500.
One of the things about bikes is the fact that we like them for the acceleration, but mopeds have always been there for the economics rather than anything for the acceleration.
Yeah, the more city vehicles, aren't they, than anything else?
Yeah. I mean, everyone keeps saying that they're really popular in France. It's like, well, fine. Popular for car drivers that want something that can nip through traffic, yes. But I would challenge any of you to go and try one and just experience it, because it's just terrible, awful. But a car driver will be none the wiser at all.
I just found an awesome statement on here. So I've gone on this thing called where they're talking about it, and basically they're going on about the 0 to 60 speed, and it's like, it's obviously quick. It can beat most off the line, and then it says, the answer is in seconds, and then it says with or without. I don't have a doubt. Exact times I have never really been interested in, but it's quick enough up to 35, 40 miles an hour. It holds its own with most bikes, and others have to change gear.
Total bollocks. I'll tell you what, one of the things that really frustrates me with the magazine reviews on any bikes, and even
that's a forum.
trucks,
That's on the forum.
wherever, it doesn't matter where they appear. I mean, every review I do on anything I ride is totally genuine, totally my first experiences of the bike. And this thing is awful, absolutely awful. And I can't believe that people like Visor Down, which is a motorbike channel, has reviewed a trike, and Motorcycle News is reviewed. And they're going, oh, it's quite fun. No, it's not. It's fucking dangerous, and it's shit. How much have they been paid to say that?
I'll take it then. You didn't like it, mate.
No.
I think he's protesting too much.
Yes, I protest too much because it's so awesome. And that's why I think Richard should just go and disprove everything I've said about that and go and ride one, and obviously make sure he takes his camera.
Do you think Ian Woodley likes it himself and wishes
No, I've just sampled all that. There will be a video coming out of Mr. B saying, Piaggio MP3 is awesome. Like a bot. It might look awesome, but it isn't.
There'll be some judging in the awesome.
The word awesome, but it might say the word bunkers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you totally need to do that. You need to do a mashup. So, like, yeah, the MP3 is absolutely awesome. Power wheelies, yeah. Absolutely. I want to see that video.
I would have liked to have seen Power Wheelies on it. That would have been cool.
No chance, mate. No chance at all. And it's just, I don't want to go on about it anymore now. But anyway, I think any of you, I'll tell you what, kudos. I'll give anyone that actually goes out and test rides one and videos it, I'll give you £10. I'm not joking. I will give you 10 British pounds.
Just a tenner?
Yeah, tenner.
Come on, 100.
I'm not made of money.
200.
Surely it should be a gentleman's bet.
I'm doing
I'm
my
happy with that. It
plus to
doesn't cost
ride
me
invisible with an MP3 on it. I'm going to put 2 wheels on the back as well, just to be.
Yeah. There is a quad version.
There is a quad version.
Never. Was it MP4?
Yeah, MP4.
The video version.
Yeah.
A
Die
quad
4
version
times faster.
of the MP3.
Yeah, but no, seriously, guys, just trust me.
A convertible.
Hey, it is actually called the MP4.
Yeah, go and ride it. Go and ride it. Go and review it. I challenge any of you to get on one of those things. I'll tell you.
Just looking for my nearest dealer. There's one in Brighton.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do
you
it,
have to
Phil.
go drugs, don't you?
See if
Sorry,
anybody's
Pete.
on Spicy's
Yeah, do it on his spicy sausage first.
Yeah.
Can I tag along?
You know what? Just to make it really, really awesome, take the mirrors off.
Yeah.
Actually, he's put his mirrors back on his bike now.
Sparky says.
Victory is mine.
He took them off his new bike to see what it was like, and he didn't like them, so he put them back on. He said, these mirrors may be ugly, but I can actually see behind me now.
I don't like that. I prefer it when a copper rides past him really fast and he goes, ah! It screams like a girl. That's comedy gold, right?
That was a brilliant video. I loved that one.
Well, yeah.
But it was the copper's fault, wasn't it, that he didn't know he was there?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the new MP3? It looks pretty sweet, actually. Have you seen this?
Put it up then, Richard.
Yeah, just bring
If it's a picture of a three-wheeled Hayabusa. How did I know? It's uncanny. It's got the sixth sense.
Can I just say, I'd sooner ride that than that MP3.
Yeah, so would I. So would I, mate. So would I.
I'll tell you how much they are. They're nearly £8,000, aren't they?
What are them MP3s?
Yeah.
I could buy
Oh, yeah, they're ridiculous. You're right, Keith. They're ridiculously expensive as well.
Yeah, there's a dealer just down the road for me. It's 7,775 quid.
Just down the road, you say? Just down the road.
Yeah,
Test
just down the
ride.
road. Where are they?
Right.
Yeah.
Do it.
In fact,
Do
the
it.
same place. The same
Oh,
place
Richard, do it.
You don't, Keith.
I think everyone should test ride one just for comedy value, and we'll make a playlist out of it, and everyone's first experiences.
You do know there's a downside to these vehicles, don't you? You can't use an ABBA stand on them.
All right, so I was trying to think of an upside. But yeah, do you know what? Maybe they'll bring something. No, they won't. They just won't. No, but seriously, guys, for comedy value, get in the game, try one out, see what you think, see if I was wrong in my assumptions.
Unless
We'd
they're
love
right,
it, I swear.
I like the white one.
I'm saying, unless they're right, bag of shit.
Oh my God! Just keen to say, oh, I like the white one. Black one looks shit. White one, that's the one to ride. Right, okay. I don't know where to go from here.
Oh, look at that!
What have you found?
It's filling up.
Oh,
I know.
hang on.
Quick, Richard, get a curtain, Andy.
Hurry up, Richard.
if the MP3 just doesn't have the carrying ability you need.
Go on.
MP3
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, well
In
done.
fact, Andy, is that you? Is that you on it? Look, oh no, it's a bit tall.
They've got all that technology to make it lean, and they stick a sidecar on it.
Yeah, but the sidecar has obviously got to be one of them like the old Sidewinder.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to lean with the bike, won't it? But yeah, I'm in the sidecar. You can't see me. I can't quite get over the old cowl there. But for stand
Was
up,
that an MP4 then?
That's an MP3 Plus.
MP3.5.
MP3 plus one, or MP4 plus one.
I really don't get the MP4. That is just wrong in every way.
It's like,
The MP4 is a convertible.
you know all the chavs riding around on the quads?
Yeah.
They look at that saying, well, that's fucking unstable, because I keep coming off on mine. Oh, dear.
I mean, why? It's like an
Why?
unstable car where you get wet. I mean, what's the point?
Car where you get wet. That's
Because gullible's not in the dictionary, is it? That's why.
That's true, that is.
It's true. And do you know what else? If you say gullible really slowly, it sounds like orange. Try it.
Orange.
So weird.
At what point did it change? Gullible.
Try it.
Gullible,
No, guys, say it really slowly,
orange.
Richard.
Orange.
That's it.
Gullible.
A lot slower.
Orange.
Slower. No, much slower, Richard. If you say it slow enough, it comes out.
I think he's just
It's like he's having a stroke.
I say he's just had a
Why do you
stroke.
think I turned the camera off, Andy?
It'd probably sound a lot happier if he had.
Oh dear.
That's horrible. That is nasty.
What's that?
That's the 4.
That's the MP4.
The MP4.
That's a disaster.
It's a convertible.
That's what I said. It's a small convertible.
Do you know
All it is.
Are we just going to keep going up in numbers? Will it be an MP5 with a wheel right in the middle of it as well?
I'm waiting for the MP8 that's got a box at the back.
The MP5 will have 3 wheels at the back and 2 wheels at the front. The 3 wheels at the back are the stabilizers.
Dear, oh dear.
That's crazy. If there ever was a proper zombie apocalypse, I suppose that would probably help them, wouldn't it? Instead of doing that draggy leg walk where they go, they'll get on an MP4 and go,
Why is it so wobbly?
why is it so wobbly? Steering! Brains! Yeah.
See, Kev.
I'm going. I'll catch you all later, guys.
Take care.
See you, mate. Good day.
See you all later.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Pleasure having you along.
I think I found
Right.
the MP5.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Excellent. I bet that corners really well.
It's like
I bet that's American.
I've got to call
Oh! I don't know
gotta
how you
go
got
like
to there,
a break,
Kev.
hasn't it?
How did you get to there? That assumption. That's crazy.
That was for sale on eBay, wasn't it, recently?
Was it?
Yeah, 5
It's
wheel.
probably still on there.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
German.
Most of the tracks are, aren't
I can't wait to see the Vosbron technique on that video.
The emissions are very, very good.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, they've got that special computer program on there that makes it sound really good when you test the emissions.
I hate to do this to you lads, but it's gone 11 and you got quite a few Q&A.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I've just,
yeah.
Dean Martin's leaving us because he just sent me a text message saying I've got to go. I've got my mod 1 in the morning. So,
Good luck with your mod 1, mate.
Yeah, good luck, Dean.
Where's that? I'm trying to find it.
no, he sent me my text message.
Oh, well, it's not a Q&A. I'll bugger that then. Right, Feral Scotland says, new MP5 will have a bloody steering wheel. Yeah, will happen. Achilles Biker says, hi everyone, Devon here. As in Devon Mellon.
Yeah, would that be Devon Mellon?
Achilles Biker. Okay, can't wait to see your new channel. D. Martin says, Skeg, it was a Yamaha that put the 20 to 50W in it. Excuse me. And jotted a note on the service notes.
Makes you wonder why, doesn't it? Even though they did it, it must have been requested for some reason.
A bit wrong. Bex88 says, I want to see a review on those 3-wheelers from Richard, Suffolk Andy. No, you can't have or. No, Suffolk Andy and Skeggy.
No, there's an or. There is an or.
There's an or.
No.
Yeah.
She just misspelled and, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Bex is still struggling with the keyboard. It definitely says and therefore, yes, we need a 3-wheeler review from Richard, Suffolk Andy, and Skeggy.
All I can say is for me to get a review, they'd have to do a second-hand one, really bollocks, up at the shop up the road, because that's the only place around here.
Trust me, mate, if you get on a bollocks three-wheeler, it's probably new. Right, D. Martin says, right, guys and girl, go get stuff ready for tomorrow. Yeah, I'll ask the one. Blah, 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 and get my ass in bed. Mod 1 first thing in the morning. Yes, and absolutely good luck with that, buddy. And I'm sure you'll
best luck, mate.
Do it like a boss.
Yeah, best luck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bex88 says, Skiggy, the 98-99 Hornets had a 16-inch front wheel and a 17-inch rear. Really?
Typical woman, don't know what she's talking about. Anything to win an argument.
Okay. I'm guessing Honda worked out their mistake and corrected it in 2000. That's what he's trying to say. Right. Bimbleboy Blue says, you can have my 125 for a $5 and a bag of chips. Okay, awesome.
Oh, I don't know if I can afford the bag of chips.
Is that with salt and vinegar? Check on that.
No mention.
Also, Dean Martin says, you want to try a Gilera GP800? I owned one previously. Wow! Me, it was stupidly quick for a scoot. Why am I not swearing anyway? There's plenty of swearing going on tonight anyway.
Gilera.
Good, but not great. That sounds like that catchphrase program where you used to say, yeah, it's good, but it's not right. Could do maybe ABS. Oh, sorry, I'm just deleting it now because you just said the word ABS. I'm not going any further with that comment. D. Martin also says, any bike will do. Just been watching a guy touring thousands of miles on a Honda C90. Honda C90s are indestructible. Everybody knows that.
C90 Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Red Granny's in here. And I have to say again, thanks again for that video, mate. That was awesome. He says, the last time I lubed up with a semi, it played hell with my rash. Night all. Yeah, careful where you lube.
Yeah, that comment's been sat there.
I don't know. Long enough to get a rash is what I'm thinking. And finally, Larry Davis says, on track days, keep off the grass, let someone else smoke it. What?
Should we keep off the grass?
Okay, yes. I thought he was going to some like higher like boffing type.
I think he's trying to say that most people who go on track days usually find themselves in the gravel. 99% of the time, you'll find yourself in the gravel.
Yeah, and you know, some sort of sensibility. When you go on a track day for the first time, take it easy and just learn the curves. No need to go crazy and hooning all around.
Always pays to learn them curves.
It does. And normally someone will show you the curves if you let them. They'll normally ask you to follow them and then follow their line. Yeah, so it is time to end this hangout. So thank you. Larry Davis says, night all. It's been fun. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. And Bex88 says, good night, everyone. Time to go smiley face. Excellent. I'll stop putting out. No more Q&A. Oh, let's go now. Simon Phillips. He's the first one. Hi guys, it's me, Vulcan Biker 21. Hi Simon. Where was you earlier? It's great to have a long note, and thanks for the comment. And also, Larry Davis says, misspelt gravel is kitty litter. Excellent. LOL. And that probably is the time to end this hangout now. We've gone over by a little bit, but it's been great fun anyway, and I hope everybody has enjoyed it. So we just bugger off and just say goodbye to all the viewers, and then talk about those special meetings we've got set up off air. Right, so everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.